Hi guys, hello everybody, good day guys, and welcome to today on Princess Anu TV. And like I promised, I said we are going to be doing this video concerning 6 things I wish I knew before writing my private pilot license exam. Oh, and the reason why we're doing this is because I don't want you to basically make that same mistake, and these are things you can also like take over to other exams, not just a PPL exam, maybe CPL exam, like that, as you keep going. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So if you're new to the live stream, we always do the live stream by 5 p.m. every day as much as possible. But if the timing changes, we put it on the community post so that you can see it on the community post in case anything actually changes. And that's why you should click on the notification bell. And if you've not subscribed, do me a favor, click on the subscribe button and click on that bell also so that you don't miss any notifications or anything that we do on this channel. And Princess Anu TV, hi guys! Musa Sela, welcome aboard. You're the first today. Thanks for joining me today. Basically, we talk about aviation, motivation, and adventure throughout this channel. Throughout everything we do, it's basically on motivation, aviation, adventure, just all of that. Karen Roots, welcome. Karen Roots, welcome on board. So I'm going to be starting with my number one tip. Six things I wish I knew before writing my PPL exam. Sahi, welcome on board. Nice having you today. I think you're the kind of like third or fourth person today. Welcome on board. It's nice having you. Thank you so much for joining me. Guys, the number one tip I wish I knew was don't talk about it after the exam. If you're done with the exam, leave it there and think of the next exam. And seriously guys, this one is like, it can be so depressing, it can be so painful, and it can be really disheartening. And this is what I mean. You finish writing a particular paper, and after the exam you begin to discuss about it with your colleagues, and this person is like, oh, I picked Alpha. This one is like, no, it's actually Charlie. Then you guys go to the book and you discover that it was Alpha, and you pick Charlie or you pick Delta, and you automatically started counting the failures. That's what I'm trying to say. And so many times there's a good part of it. I feel there's a good part of it, and I feel there's a bad part of it. The bad part is what I'm talking about now. The bad part is that you get depressed because you start calculating how many did I write correctly, how many did I write wrongly, and when you check everything, you discover that most of them, maybe you wrote them wrongly, and you're just thinking, am I going to receive this exam? I remember so many times where I had to think like, God, so I'm going to receive this exam. Father, please help me. I'm serious. I had to be like, Father, please help me. Bashi, flight training will be stopped this seat. No, I really don't know about that. I really don't know, Bashi. But if anything will happen, they are definitely going to let us know. But I think Ayata is writing a note and all that to like say flying and everything should continue. But for now, I really don't know. So guys, as I was saying, the bad part. Hi Christopher, welcome on board. Nice having you here. Guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It's very, very important. Thank you so much. So guys, as I was saying, the bad part is that you keep thinking about it and you might not prepare very well for the next exam. There were times it happened to me. I kept on thinking about it. Kai, I wish I wrote Alpha in this one. Oh, I wish I had picked Delta. Oh, I wish you just be wishing. Yemi Balo, welcome. You just keep thinking about it and you're wishing you picked this one, you picked that one, and you end up not reading for the next paper. So guys, please don't do it. That's the number one tip I have for you guys today, and that's what I wish I knew. Like, after the exam, don't talk about it, leave it. Then the positive part about that, which I said I'm going to talk about, the positive part about checking it after the exam, because so many times my colleagues told me, blessing, don't think about this thing, forget about it, let's go and prepare for the next exam. But I'm like, no, I want to know the answer. I want to know if I got it. The reason why I did that was I felt If I check it now and I know the answer, well, I will not fail it the next time. That's how I felt. Like, if I check it now and I know it, I will fail it the next time. But it was a big problem for me. Sincerely, it was a very big problem for me. And I think you guys should not do that also. Don't do that. Just avoid checking it. That's what I want to say. Just avoid checking it. Anything that will make you like check it, don't check it. Just avoid checking it. Leave it when you're done with all the exams and all. You can later come and check it, because it's really going to have a lot of negative effects on you if care is not taken. So guys, let's move over to the second tip. Things I wish I knew. Yeah, 6 things I wish I knew before I writing my PPL exam. I wish I knew that everything was not going to come out. Every topic was not going to come out. Personally, the way I read in such a manner that I want to like cover up every single thing. Hi Madisa, welcome. Welcome on board. Thank you so much. I read in a way that I want to like know every single thing. I want to know this. I want to know. I keep telling myself, I don't want to be taken unawares, please. I don't want anybody to take me unawares. Not when I enter the hall, the chapter that I claim not to have read is now the chapter that came out. And it's not like that. The truth is, during your progress tests and all those little exams you'll be writing, they're going to ask you like every single thing. From every topic, you're going to be doing tests from every topic. But when it comes to the exam, I don't think exam questions doesn't really come out from everything. Like, there are major parts that in the exam they kind of concentrate on, and you have to concentrate on those parts that the examiners actually concentrate on. And this is the way you can do that, is also looking at past questions, which is number 3 thing I'm going to be talking about today. Focusing on past questions. But let's finish this part first. You see, it's not everything that's going to be asked you in the exam. Most of the things, preliminary, small things they are going to be asking you are going to be in your progress test and those little checks and all that. But the main thing that the examiners want to know is already stored like in their past questions and all that. If you check recurrent questions, you discover that, okay, this is the area that the instructors are actually looking at and they're actually looking for. So sometimes for the progress test and all that, you can take your time to like look so much at every topic. You can look so much at every topic when you're doing it stage by stage. But when it comes to the exam, that's going to be my number 3 points. Focus on the past questions. Seriously, focusing on the past questions is going to help you so much. It's going to help you reduce time in reading expressly. Like, you know, you don't have area of concentration, you don't know where to concentrate on, you don't know how to do anything, and you are reading so broad. Exam time is not a time to read broad. It's to read specifics. What exactly will come out? That is what you're supposed to be reading at that time. And most of the time I made mistakes in that. I kept on reading like broad instead of concentrating on the distance. I don't... Climate YS, I really didn't get that. Max Site, welcome aboard. Nice having you here. Thank you so much. So that was a mistake I made, and I don't want you also to make that mistake. Because look at the past questions, which is my 3rd point. Look at the past questions. Focus on the past questions more than you focus on the broad stuff, the general stuff, because it's not the general stuff that is really going to be coming out. Like, it's what... There's a specific area they always look for in the exams that make them assess you and say, okay, this person is actually fit to move over to the next level, or this person is actually fit to go flying now. So I think that's what you should really like focus on. Thank you so much. Thank you, Climax YX. I didn't really... Okay, you make live stream, thank God. Oh, like you didn't miss the live stream. Oh, it's nice having you here today. So guys, I'm saying focus so much on your past questions. Is really going to be important. It's really going to like help you. Then now the fourth thing I'm going to be talking about today is you should do a lot of self-testing. Self-testing and self-cramming. Self-testing and self-cramming is very important. You have to be cramming a lot of things. Bruce Baffo, welcome. Nice seeing you here today. You're going to be doing a lot of cramming, and I'm telling you, it works. It works so much. And do a lot of self-testing. When I mean self-testing, when you answer the past questions, forget about the answers Now do the past questions over and over again by yourself. That's without looking at the answers. Do it by yourself. Even when you fail, mark yourself, go over it again. I'm telling you, this was one thing that when I discovered worked, later helped me so much. Like, if you concentrate on just doing the past questions with the answers, you will think you're getting it, which sometimes I thought. Then when you get to the exam hall, you discover that some numbers are similar. You have to like know, okay, this one was 10,320. Then you see another option of 10,321. Oh my god, I crammed 10,320 something. You just cram it in your mind that if you see 10,320 something, that's where you're going to pick. But you now get confused because you didn't cram it well, and that's because you didn't do enough self-testing. So do a lot of self-testing, self-cramming, like go through a lot of questions, do a lot of self-testing and self-cramming is really going to help you. When I discovered that it was working for me later when I tried it, I saw a huge difference in the way I was writing my previous exams and the way I later wrote my other exams when I discovered that method. Now guys, another thing is cramming formulas isn't bad. That's my 5th tip for you. You know, initially I was like, oh, I have to like know everything. Let me just like know the formulas, everything. Cramming formulas is not bad. If you want to cram up to 20 formulas, because you will have a lot of formulas to cram. You will have a lot. When I mean a lot, I mean a lot. Like, because like we've talked about it before, physics, aerodynamics, all these things, they need a lot of formulas. Even meteorology, there are formulas in meteorology. Navigation too, that's true. Navigation too has a lot of formulas. Cramming formulas is not bad. It's not a bad thing. Don't beat yourself over it and say, oh god, I bet when I get there I'll just try to use my calculator to maneuver. You might be taking unawares. So cramming, you have to cram, or you have to learn. I'm going to say cram because sometimes I really don't want to say you have to like learn the formulas, because sometimes there are some formulas that don't stick. I'm trying to be realistic as possible. Welcome guys, I can see more persons are joining us. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. The button is somewhere around here. Just subscribe and like this video is very important too. So guys, as I was saying, self-testing, don't forget self-testing. Don't forget to do a lot of past questions. And the 5th tip which I was giving you is the fact that learning and cramming formulas isn't bad. Is not bad at all. So guys, I think you should also do that. Then another thing, which is the last tip, which is the 6th tip that will also help you, is don't waste time on questions that are hard. Don't waste time on, because time is usually not enough. Like, you know, for exams, time is usually not enough, and it's not just in PPL exam. Most of the exams we write, time, you don't really have like enough time. But most of the time, you know, if you read very well, you will have enough time, and you will like leave enough time. You know, you will have enough time to like go over your work. Climax, imagine cramming and entering the exam hall. Boom, you forget 80% of what you crammed. You know the funny thing? Okay, let me tell you guys something. The good thing about the aviation stuff or flying questions is that it's objective. So there are some things that if you are familiar with the questions, if you're familiar, Bruce say then you are doomed. No, nobody should be doomed. I'm not saying everything you should rely everything on cramming basically, but the good thing is that it's objective. Like most of the exams are going to be like objective exams. So you have like A, B, C, D, E and all that. So there's a way you read. You have to channel your mind in reading towards the fact that if you see this one, you know that this is the answer. Because you know sometimes objective can be a little bit like dicey and not go very well. I mean, out there, that's the end. You guys are really funny, seriously. So you know it can be twisted a little bit, like questions can be like twisted, but there's a way you understand the question that even if it's twisted, you will now remember, okay, this formula plus this formula, okay, if you put it together, this is how it's going to be, and you form something that will be the right answer. And this will also help if you've been studying questions upon questions, because if you've not been studying questions before, you might not really know how the instructor is going to put it, that if he's twisting the question. Because in my time, I remember there was a particular instructor that we have. He can twist questions, and funny enough, he's one of my best instructors anyways. The man can twist, he can twist questions, he can turn questions upside down. But based on the way I read for the courses, I get to understand that, okay, if he wants to twist it, how far can he go with twisting the questions? And I'm like, okay, maybe instead of increasing, if you put decreasing here, what's going to be the answer? Because yeah, guys, let me tell you, you're going to be having a lot of, especially aerodynamics and metrology, you're going to be having a lot of increasing, decreasing. When pressure increases, what happens? When density decreases, what happens? When, you know, a lot of increasing, decreasing questions. So sometimes, if you've been studying the past question and it's always talking about if something increases, what happens? I will advise you to also look at it the opposite way. If it decreases, what is going to happen? So it's not about just cramming it blindly and say, okay, you saw A and you saw B, then no. It's about cramming it, but knowing in a particular perspective, if they ask the other way, what's going to be the answer? Trust me, it's going to help you. It's really, really going to help you. So guys, I was talking about the sixth tip. Don't waste time in answering questions that you do not know. This is the reason why I say so. If you waste time in answering questions that you don't know, you will not have enough time to answer questions that you thought would have known. This happened to me so much, and I'm like, oh my god, like, why? And this is it. Especially, there are some courses, you know, that most of the lecturers, they will set like hard questions at the beginning part, then simple questions at the later of the like answer, and later, maybe when they collect your paper and all that, you now get to see that, oh my god, and this one was simple. Oh, I would have done it first. Oh, you know, all those things I usually do after exam, and they're like, did you see this other one? That one was the simplest of them. Immediately I saw that question, I didn't waste time. I had to pick, you know, all those things that you start regretting. So just go through anyone that seems difficult, leave it first, go and answer other questions, then later you can come back to revisit that question. Is really going to help you. So guys, these are my 6 tips for things I wish I knew before writing my private pilot license exam, because at a point I'm like, there were some exams I thought I would have failed, but God was so merciful, like super merciful to me, that I did not fail them. I was so happy. How many questions make up the exam and the time duration? Sincerely, I can't tell, because different instructors set different questions, but the thing is that you can't have, I don't think you can have up to more than 100 questions in any of the exams. You can't really have, like, questions mainly ranges from like 50, 40, depending on if it's a calculation question. You know, if it's a calculation question, they will mainly give you like 40 or 50 questions, because they need you to, they are buying time within the calculation to like, and for you to answer the questions. So if it's a calculation course, like most of the time, navigation is a calculation course, you might be getting like 40 to 50 questions. Other exams, you might be getting like 60 to 50 questions, but they're not really much. It's something you can do. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to like give you some tactics that you can go over with this thing, because it's not like it's a hard and fast rule. There's no hard and fast rule towards getting in. If you read very well, you will not have to complain about so much, because you know that sometimes we students, we are good, we try as much as possible to read, but even after reading, there are still sometimes that you feel, oh my god, this exam was still thick and all that. But in it all, you just have to keep finding your way around it. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to keep finding your way around it. But any question they're going to give you, any exam they're going to give you, it's within your limit. Is there going to be further maths in the exams of aviation? No, you don't have all those like advanced further maths. You don't really have those kind. It's basic mathematics, but like I said, formulas are very important. So if you know formulas of what they've taught you, you'll not really find it so hard. But if you don't know the formulas, you're going to find it like it's going to be as if you don't even know what you're doing at all. In fact, guys, I can remember one of the exams I wrote. No, it was a test. I can remember a test that I wrote. Navigation calculations, are they easy though? Like I'm saying, I don't want to scare you and make you feel that, oh, you can't do it and all that. No, you can. There are things you can actually do because you're sitting under a lecturer to they are not called lecturers, they are called instructors because they instruct. So you're sitting on an instructor for them to like instruct you and teach you and tell you what to do and all that. So if you're being taught and you're a person that puts your mind in what they are teaching you, you definitely understand. Like I said, people have been doing it, so you're not going to be the first to do it. I'm not the first to do it, and I'm not also going to be the last. You're not also going to be the last to do it. So people have been doing it, and therefore you can do it. That's what I feel about it. You can do it. So I want to talk about a particular issue. There was a time when I was writing a test in navigation and they were like, calculate. That was the new time. I think that was one of the first tests I wrote. Yeah, it was one of the first tests I wrote in navigation, and they were like, calculate departure. In fact, after the exam, I was just looking at myself and say, God, you have to like remove the normal thinking that you have and put yourself in the aviation setting. You know, when they say calculate departure, I was looking at it, okay, calculate departure from point A to point B. And what was in my head was that you should calculate like the distance, maybe minus the distance. Maybe point A was like 189, let me say, nautical miles. Then maybe point B was about let me say 60 something nautical miles. And I was thinking that you just subtract this from this and put it together. I had forgotten that they actually taught us in class that there's a formula for departure. You know, it was after I wrote that exam, when I saw my score and I feel that I was like, oh my God, there's actually a formula for departure. So sometimes you have to take away the normal rational thinking that you have and put yourself in the aviation setting. Something that might mean just a normal thing for a layman might mean something so big like in aviation. That's part of why we don't use the regular term, like the regular ABCD, because somebody can say something on the radio and it means something else and it causes like a crash or it causes like something bad basically. So you need to like remove your mind from the regular setting and bring your mind into aviation, and you'll be able to get it. Trust me, it's something you can do, guys. It's something you can do, and you'll be able to do it, and you will pass, and you become a professional pilot, and you get your PPL, and you get your CPL, and you get your ATPL, and you become a captain, and you know, you retire and you're happy. And if possible, you have your airline and all that. The stuff just goes up and up. It just depends on what you want. So guys, basically those are the 6 things I wish I knew when or before writing my PPL exam. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, do me a favor, click on the subscribe button, click on the bell also, so that if I post anything, you'll be able to see it. And if you have any questions, any concerns and all that, my email is just at the description of this video. Send me an email, or you can leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know your concerns. Let me know what challenge you're facing at this time, and if I have any suggestions or anything that I feel can help you, I will do well to like let you know, and I'm sure we'll all be fine. So guys, don't forget, stay safe, be fine, be happy, and be your best. Don't worry guys, you're gonna see me tomorrow again by God's grace. Very soon. Maybe when school resumes, we're going to be doing it longer and longer. Since you guys don't want me to go, we're going to be doing the live stream longer. You're going to be seeing a lot of landscape and a lot of things, aircraft, pre-flights, all those things you're going to be seeing. Splendor, welcome. But you came late. But I'm going to like give you maybe like 1 minute or so. If you have any questions for me, let me know. But you came like super late. We are already like ending the live stream now, and we'll meet tomorrow. Don't worry guys, I'll be with you tomorrow so we can talk more. Bye guys, thank you. Yeah, even more than 2 hours. 2 hours is too small.